The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
You don't just watch it.
You feel it.
This is short track racing at its best.
Santa Maria Speedway.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live, yeah. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live, yeah.
Engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, engine's quiet. Yeah, engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just full attack. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride. these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for Santa Maria, light it up tonight.
This Saturday night, it all comes alive.
You don't just watch it.
You feel it.
This is short track racing at its best.
Santa Maria Speedway.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy live, we bring that style. right. Yeah, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no breaks, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yo, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live. Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no breaks, that's right. Yo, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yo, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screen.
Here they come. Looks like the first car out. That is the number 5 machine of Davey Torrey. That's the Bob Foote, John Willis from Santa Barbara owned machine. The crew chief is Bob Foote. It's a 2-frame cage with aluminum fuel tank. It's cross torsion suspension, bought by Greg Dirks of Palo Verdes back in 2020. It's a Canadian Burt 2-speed transmission. Has replaced the in and out box. It provides 2 forward speeds and a starter. The battery was added to power that starter for the number 5 machine. This is the second iteration of the number 5. The first car and trailer was stolen from out in front of the builder's home. So the second time they put that car back together, it looks like he hit the fence? Clobbered the fence. How did I miss that? Sounds like throttle hung on that machine. Something broke. Throttle hanging, and he hits right underneath the Jason White painting sign off of turn number 2. So hopefully Davey Torrey is A-OK. Looks like he is going to stay in that vehicle. So got it right here, live on Flow. You can see the replay. Looks like.
Let's see if he does a replay.
So unfortunate, that beautiful looking race car, the whole right front of that thing wiped out. So very unfortunate indeed. So also out there here for the WRA, that's the number 33 machine. Let's get the car information for the driver of Tobin Hammock. That's a late 1970s Gambler chassis with 350 cubic inch race engine underneath the hood. Tobin has been racing that car for 3 years, the WRA.
Replay coming up.
The replay coming up on Flow. Let's see if we could check it out. Catch out all of the action on Flow Racing. You can catch the 305 and the WRA action on John Candy Live and on the Santa Maria Speedway YouTube page. But all the Flow is exclusive for the Narc 410 sprint cars. See. So we'll see if we can get this thing on Flow Racing. As they got it up on the hook, he is up and still electing to stay in that car. Another great looking piece down that front straightaway, the number 10 car. That number 10 machine is Mike Foote, owned by himself and Bob. That is Mike Foote, Bob Foote, number 10 machine. 1960s era chassis by Emons. Cast iron block, 350 cubic. It's Chevrolet power plant underneath the hood. So the number 41 machine out there as well, the Adele Gayhart from Newberry Park. That is a Gayhart 1955 Luigi Lescovy sprint car, the 363 cubic inch Hillborn injection, tri-drive dry sump oil system in that number 41 machine, built in 1955 from an IndyCar frame of Al Hendricks of Burbank, California. Al ran that car along with his midget, alternating his cars and drivers from 1955 until 1973. Looks like the track is clear, and we are set to go live. Back in action. The WRA at Santa Maria Speedway. These do not have transponders. This is the exhibition class, so they will have hot laps. And then we will have A heat race and an 8-lap main for the WRA. Looks like problems again for the 8 machine coming down to the infield. That was the first car out. That is Mike Walkridge. The 1940s era sprint car, handmade frame in the late 1930s. Ford suspension underneath that number 8 machine. Looks like the fastest car right now could be that 40 machine stuck behind the 10. That is Seth Hammond in the 1984 Gambler chassis. Popular and successful back in the 1970s and 80s. Kenny Rogers became associated with the name, and it stuck with the 1984 Gambler for the number 40 of Seth Hammond from Santa Barbara, California. Hang on to it, getting crossed up over there in turns 3 and 4. You can see Mike Foot not scared to get on that loud pedal in that number 10 machine. Mulhay Ford and Arroyo Grande, California Subaru of Slow, Santa Maria Regional Transit, Cullen Landscaping, Los Padres Fire Protection, and Steve's ATV bring you the WRA sprint cars here at Santa Maria Speedway. Race fans, if you are just arriving here at the Santa Maria Speedway and you haven't done so yet and you see all that is going on there behind turn number 4, that is the fan experience here at Santa Maria Speedway. It is all included with your purchase of your ticket. It is free to each and every one of you. They've got fire pits and sitting areas and all kinds of stuff. I believe they got beer and wine, everything down there in the fan experience here at Santa Maria, California. Another one of the wonderful things they're doing here at the Santa Maria Speedway. So the fan experience is for everyone. And right after our qualifying with the 305 sprint cars, you're going to have an opportunity to get down there and meet and greet some of your drivers of the 305 sprint cars, the Narc 410 drivers, and the WRA. So a little intermission before we get into racing action tonight after the 305 sprint car series and their qualifying. Looks like we are good to go. The WRA is making it off the racing surface. So probably not going to be in that 11-second bracket. This is the same exact size sprint car. Everything is the same exact except for that power plant underneath the hood, and these have 3 American Racer tires and a Hoosier right rear. As we are set to go, looks like we're ready for our first car. So waiting on the word to see if this is single car qualifying or if it's going to be group qualifying. We're doing 3 at a time, so it'll be 3 cars in group qualifying for the 305 sprint cars. It's a little different formats, so it'll be 4 sessions, if you will, for the 305 sprint cars, brought to you by Quick Change Energy. First car out on the track for group number 1. Looks like the number 2 machine of Davey Pombo. Davey Pombo in the Safety Networks Traffic Control Services Sarge West Mid-Rail Chassis, number 2. For Davey Pombo. Phil Heinen out of Visalia, California, driving the 31H machine, the Streamline Irrigation Safety World, McDaniels Construction, Schul Ag Real Estate, number 31H for Phil Heinen. And the number 18 machine of Lance Jackson out of Kingsburg, California, the Texted Construction, Jackson Engine Development, BR Motorsports Maxim Chassis, the number 18 for Lance Jackson. That'll be your 3 cars out for session number 1. California 305 Sprint Car Series back for the second time in 2026. Davey Pombo, your night number 1 winner. Out there driving the number 2 machine. See if he can pick up the qualifying effort. Top spot. As we come to the green here for session number 1, California 305 Sprint Car Series, brought to you by Quick Change Energy Drink. Right down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Jackson off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Lap number 1. Phil Heinen, 13.495. 12.796. Davey Pombo up to the top spot, P1. Phil Hannon, number 2 spot, 13.495, 13.751 for Lax Jackson, and that is your top 3 right now. Here on lap number 2, who's it going to be? Who will pick up the top spot? That is it. That is time. Davey Pombo, 12.796. 12.796 for Davey Pombo driving the number 2 machine. Phil Heinen, second in speed with a 13.206. And Lance Jackson rounding out your top 3 so far, 13.280 for the 18 machine of Lance Jackson. So, setting the bar, 12.796. Davey picking up right where he left off. He had the victory. First time out for the California 305 Sprint Car Series. Phil Heinen, P2. He had a great showing as well on the debut for the 305 Sprint Cars. As they get pushed off. The number 87 machine, that is Evan Dixon out of Visalia, California. The John and Bob's Tire Service, Reno Construction, A&W Farms. Number 87 for Evan Dixon. Anthony Pombo driving the number 3 machine of the Safety Network Traffic Control Services, Sargent Midwest Rail Chassis. Number 3 for Anthony Pombo. And third and final car, the number 81A machine. That is Jeremy Alves out of Hanford, California. The Hanford Auto Sales, Alves Sons Diesel Repair, and Van Kemp's number 81 for Jeremy Alves. Lap number 1 for Alves. So waiting on timing and scoring to catch up. But right now, Davey Pombo has the number 1 spot. Jeremy Alves, fast lap 13.382. The last time I had 13.382 for Alves. That is it for session number 2. Evan Dixon goes quick in session number 2, but good enough for P2 overall with a 12.915. 12.915 for Evan Dixon. Phil Heinen still the number 2 spot. Or make it the number 3 spot. Lance Jackson in the number 4 spot. 5th is Jeremy Alves and Anthony Pombo in P6 with a 13.833. So right now, the time to beat still Davey Pombo with a 12.796. Fast lap for Pombo coming on lap number 1. Evan Dixon, rookie in the 2026 season with the 305 Sprint Car Series. Second time he's been here to the Santa Maria Speedway this year. As we get ready for session number 3. Andrew Martin, the 14-year-old young gun in the 71 machine, the Martin family HVAC, VA Mechanical Solutions, Hoosier Tire, Redline Oil, XXX Chassis, 71 for Andrew Martin. The 36B machine, that is Kevin Barnes Sr. out of Fresno, California, the BR Motorsports, B&K Towing, Salinas, Cheria Western Wear, and XXX Chassis, 36B for Kevin Barnes Sr. Third and final car for session at number 3, the Royal Madera Vineyards, Niabli Farms, Riverstone, KPC. That is the 30 of John Williams. John Williams in the 30. Green flag in the air here for session at number 3. Once again, 12.796 time to beat from Davey Pombo. Let's see what we can get out of Andrew Martin, Kevin Barnes Sr., and John Williams. First lap in for John Williams, 14.525, 14.525. Kevin Barnes Sr. with a 14.028. Hang on to it off a turn number 4. Get a little bit sideways. That's 71 of Andrew Martin. Checkered flag in the air here on session at number 3. And that's going to do it. Davey Pombo still retaining that top spot. Fastest car here in session at number 3 was Kevin Barnes Sr. with a 13.486. That puts the 36B machine into P6. Anthony Pombo, John Williams, and Andrew Martin will follow as we're left with 2. First car out, session number 4. Out of Fresno, California, the Royal Madera Vineyards. Niable Farms, Riverstone, KPC, number 2 for Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams out of Fresno, California. And Reno Felicione. That'll be our final car, driving the number 15 machine out of Visalia, California. The Sun Grape ZX Ag Solutions, Pacific Southwest Container, Billings Tire, IBS Supplies, MaxCon, and KPC for the 15 machine of Reno Felicione. Two cars drag racing as they get pushed off here on the front straightaway at the Santa Maria Speedway. Reno Felicione will be the first car out in that 15 machine. Reno, another young racer. This is where you cut your teeth in full-size sprint car racing action. This is the 305 Sprints, brought to you by American Racer Tire. Coming to the green, next time by. Getting them spooled up. Reno Felicione in turn 3 and 4, rather than 15 machine. Trying to run down Davey Pombo with a 12.796. Can he get it done? Coming off turn number 4 down that front straight when it turns 1 and 2. Lap number 1 for Felicione. 6 quick. 13.445. 13.445. 6 quick for Reno Felicione. 12.793. Next lap for Felicione. 12.793. No, that's the top qualifying spot. New quick time. Reno Felicione. 12.739. 12.739. Felicione gets it done on the second and final lap in the final group for the 305 Sprint Car Series. So taking the TQ for the 305 Sprint Cars, brought to you by Quick Change Energy. Reno Felicione, 12.739. 12.796 for Davey Pombo in the number 2 spot. Evan Dixon, 12.915. Phil Heinen, 13.206. And rounding out the top 5 in speed, Lance Jackson with a 13.280. So as we start to wrap up everything, we're going to do our opening ceremonies here in about 10 minutes. So opening ceremonies at 6:10. Brian, we're set for a great night of racing action here at Santa Maria Speedway. The weather is perfect. Me coming from Bakersfield, California, it's 96 degrees over there. And over here, it's a beautiful, I don't even know if it hits 70 degrees, but it's a beautiful night. It's going to be a perfect night of racing action. Right now, the track looks primo. As we're going into the heat races here tonight, we're going to be looking for some great racing action all night long.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do a little tune-up from the center to the top of the speedway, trying to get the track packed down a little bit. Safety crew scraping the wall so the drivers can see where the track ends and the wall begins. Looking forward to a great racing tonight. 2 different lines. You got really slick on the bottom and a lot of grip up top. It's going to be a mixed bag of treats for these heat races, but the track is going to develop as the night goes on. I think it's going to get up to the fence. You're going to see great main events here tonight at the Santa Maria Speedway. Thank you to the great crowd for joining us tonight. Absolutely epic to see this many people here at the Santa Maria Speedway on a beautiful Saturday night. And I can't wait to get going here. A couple minutes before we get into opening ceremonies. After opening ceremonies, race fans, you're welcome to, after, check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
There we are. So after opening ceremonies once again, we're going to greet all you fans to go to the fan experience, meet all your Narc and 305 drivers. There'll be signed autographs in the fanfare area in turn 4 in the pit experience. So after the opening ceremonies, after the national anthem, you're more than welcome to go to turn 4 and meet some of the favorite drivers, get some autographs, get some pictures down in the fan area in turn 4. So we'll invite you after opening ceremonies. We're just a moment away.
And Brian, that's one of the cool things that we have here at the Santa Maria Speedway. That is that fan experience that is open to each and every person. As you buy that ticket, you're available. You can go down there and you can see those cars up front and personal as they come to the racing surface. You can see the K-rails and you can see the divider that separates yourself from the car. So it is safe for all your families and friends to go down there, but you can be right there with a hands-on experience and really feel the fumes and the heat and everything that comes off of those race cars and that fan experience, which is open to each and every fan with the purchase of their ticket here tonight. So it looks like we might have some drivers and racers already down there in that fan experience, but we do hope you stick around for our prayer and our national anthem, our services here tonight as we get closer to that. Coming up here shortly, please make sure you do get down there and support the people that support Santa Maria Speedway. Go down there and get a wonderful tri-tip sandwich. Get yourself a nice cold beverage. Make sure you get your SMS merchandise, all things right underneath the announcer's booth here. As we are just about ready, ladies and gentlemen, for our opening ceremonies. Something's happening with the amp.
Bathroom operation? Yeah. Well, the promoter wants them to go after. Well, race fans, before we get going tonight, we ask everyone please rise and remove cover. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for another beautiful day here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Thank you for all our great sponsors, personnel, and the great fans for joining us here on another Saturday night. Lord, we ask you in this time to wrap your arms around the Bernal family as they had a sudden loss in the family, Ryan Bernal's mother, who passed away on Monday. Keep them in your thoughts. Lord, we ask you to wrap your arms around the drivers, the personnel, and all the officials here at the Santa Maria Speedway tonight. Let them get home safely after the races, and we thank you in your name. Amen. Please remain standing for tonight's playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing here tonight at the Santa Maria Speedway. But before that, Turn 4 Fan Fest is open if you want to go down the pit.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live, yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live, yeah. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live, yeah.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the engine's quiet. Yeah, engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for the tech. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just for that Santa Maria. Light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. Feel the ground shake, hear the crowd. This is racing, fast and loud, fast and loud. Roll it back, take it in. Every logo tells a story. Every sponsor feels the glory. Tonight's racing, brought to you by Fire It Up. Woo! Fire it up, we're coming back strong. Engine scream, won't be long. Next green flag, next showdown. Santa Maria, shut it down. Dirt flies high, champions rise. You're watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss the lap. We're coming back. Get ready for that. Stay tuned. Stay loud. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo!
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no brakes, breaks, that's right. Yeah, John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah, fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah, John Candy Live. Yeah. JCL, let's go. JCL in control. JCL in control. John Candy Live.
The engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, the engine's quiet. Yeah, engine's quiet, but the night ain't done. Dust still hanging from the last run. Lights still glow on this dirt and steel. You can feel it coming, yeah, it's real. Take a breath, but don't go far. This is racing under California stars. Santa Maria, hear that sound? We're just getting ready for the next round. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just full attack. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. From the green to the checkered flag, this is dirt track racing. Fast and bad. Fast and bad. From the tires to the fuel to the steel in the frame, it takes a crew and a name behind every name. Local shops, hometown pride, keeping these machines alive. From the pits to the stands, they're part of the show. Every lap you see, they help it go. So take a look, yeah, you know the deal. These are the names that make it real. This is where the horsepower lives, where the throttle roars and the driver gives everything they got, every inch, every lap, no looking back. Just full attack. Santa Maria, light it up tonight, side by side under those Friday lights. Feel the ground shake, hear the crowd. This is racing. Fast and loud, fast and loud. Roll it back, take it in. Every logo tells a story. Every spot fuels the glory. Tonight's racing, brought to you by Fire It Up. Woo! Fire it up, we're coming back strong. Engine 3 won't be long. Next green flag, next showdown. Santa Maria, shut it down. Dirt flies high, champions rise. You're watching greatness under these skies. So don't blink now, don't miss a laugh. We're coming back. Get ready for that. Stay tuned. Stay loud. We'll be right back. Woo! Woo!
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no breaks, that's right. Yo,
Got the women
John
on display. A big event for you guys, though, John. August 20th, on my birthday, the High Limit Sprint Car Series here at the San Maria Speedway, the first time since 1999, a national 410 series here at the San Maria Speedway.
It's going to be a great night. I believe that's a Thursday. It's going to be a phenomenal night of dirt track racing action. If you like what you're seeing right now, race fans, here with the Narc 410 series, it's just that with maybe 15 more cars when they have all the national guys touring here. You have Rico Abreu and all the big hitters out here going to be performing and putting on a show. And this is what's being proven right over here, what the track can do for sprint cars. You know, the track is perfect. It's going to be amazing racing all night long. And I know it's going to be much of the same when the big series gets here on the 20th.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing all you great fans on August 20th here, Thursday night, with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. And if you're coming to that race, get here early. Parking can get a little bit stressful. Cars still rolling in on the back straightaway. We're running out of parking here in the parking lot. So if you're scheduled to come here on August 20th, get here early to get yourself a parking spot.
Absolutely. You can see the race fans are still piling in right now. We're going to be close to at capacity here at Santa Maria Speedway. It's great to see. It's great to see the fans just showing up and showing out. This is how you keep dirt oval racing alive. This is how you keep your tracks, open. If you guys don't support those tracks, they will no longer be there for you to support later. So this is great to see how healthy dirt oval racing here at Santa Maria Speedway is.
Absolutely. As we're just about set for the first heat race of the evening, a couple of minutes, we're going to wrap up Fan Fest off of turn number 4 with the Narc Sprint Cars and 305 Sprint Car Series tonight. A lot of great people here tonight. Santa Maria. And again,
Check 1 2, check 1 2. So we're just still trying to work out the bugs right there. The audio cut out once again. So we want to try to keep the system as loud as we can so each and every one of you can hear us out there. But looks like we got to be mindful of not maxing it out and going that thing to full gain. So we got to make sure we have a happy medium there. So we want to have the best show we can for each and every one of you that are showed up in here. And looks like we're just about ready, Brian. We got to have the WRAs coming out here shortly, but in the month of May, it's busy here at the Santa Maria Speedway. We've got the Narc 410 show here today. Next week, May 9th, California Lightning Sprints, IMCA Modifieds, American Stocks, Mini Stocks, and Dwarf Cars. That'll be set to go to do battle on May 9th. May 16th, the Ultimate Sprint Car Series. Dwarf Cars and Mini Stocks will be in the building May 16th. And May 23rd, another IMCA Modified show. IMCA Modifieds, IMCA Sport Mods, Stock Cars, and Hobby Stocks. That's all going down 4 nights of racing action here in the month of May at the Santa Maria Speedway. In June, we got the USAC CRA Sprint Cars, Modifieds, and Mini Stocks. June 6th and June 13th, the Race Saver Wing Sprint Cars back in action with the USAC Midgets, IMCA Modifieds, and IMCA Sport Mods. And finally, June 17th, Race Savers, Wing Sprint Cars, Hobby Stocks, Dwarf Cars, and Mini Stocks. A full 30 race season here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Make sure you follow all the social media pages. They really do a fantastic job of letting you guys know what's racing, when everything is racing, and everything going on Santa Maria Speedway on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all those things. And you can catch all the live action here on John Candy Live and Santa Maria Speedway YouTube pages. That's right, for free. You can catch all the racing action that is not restricted by flow with the Narc and the USAC series. So you cannot get those things for free. You got to go to flowracing.com. They do a fantastic job over there as well all season long with Narc, with the High Limit Sprint Car Series, with the Lucas Oil late models, and all those things. But all of the house divisions, all of the things you can catch right here locally. You go to John Candy Live YouTube page, subscribe to it. Go to Santa Maria Speedway YouTube page. Follow that, subscribe to that. All the social media platforms, as it looks like we got cars coming out here for the WRA Sprint Car Heat Race number 1. So unfortunately, we will only have 5 cars. I believe we had 6 to start with. One hung the throttle and tried to knock the fence down over there in turn number 2 underneath the Jason White painting sign coming out for the hot lap session. So unfortunately, Bob Foote out of Santa Barbara, California at 77 years young. That's right, the young man out of Santa Barbara driving the number 5, Bob Foote, was the car that hit the fence at 77 years old, taking a lick like that. It was a very scary moment. Mike Rockledge, he is in the number 8 machine. That is a 4-cylinder flathead out of Santa Barbara, California. The number 41 machine, Adal Gayhart, in a V8 355 cubic inch out of Newberry Park, California. 71 years of age for the driver of the number 41 machine. The straight up 40. That is a 6-cylinder Chevy power plant out of Goleta, California at 79 years young, or I'll say longest in the tooth participant here tonight. 79 years of age for Seth Hammond. And the number 40 machine. And it looks like we might be missing one, possibly missing two. So the number 40 of Seth Hammond out of Santa Barbara, California. That's a 1984 Gambler chassis. Gambler got his name off of Kenny Rogers after he became associated with that Gambler chassis back in the 1970s and 1980s. That's a 250 cubic inch 6-cylinder underneath the hood running on methanol. That is that number 40 machine maroon car going into turns 1 and 2. So cars still rolling around the bottom side of the racing surface right after the WRA heat race. Going to get right into the Narc heat races. So right now, dropping the green flag for the WR heat race number 1, the one and only heat race for this division. Great to see them back out here for the second time here in 2026. It's a group of individuals dedicated to the preservation and display of exhibition of vintage open-wheel race cars. And you can see they are not afraid to get on those loud pedals, getting all kinds of crossed up off of turn number 2. That's that 33 machine of Tobin Hammock. Tobin Hammock working off turn number 4. That is the newest car, if you will. That is a 1970s Gambler chassis. 350 cubic inch Chevrolet underneath the hood. Or Tobin Hammock himself has been racing that car for 3 years in that 33 machine. You can see he's got that GoPro on top of that hot rod in the number 2 spot. That is that number 10 machine. Out of Victorville, California, at 56 years of age. That is Mike Foote. That is the brother to Bob Foote. That is Mike Foote and Bob Foote owned number 10 machine. 1960s Eric chassis by Emmons. Cast iron block, 350 cubic inch power plant underneath the hood. As you can see, there's no timer ticking up there, but the white flag comes in the air this time by for the 33. One more time around for the WRA vintage sprint cars here at Santa Maria Speedway. A blast from the past. Tobin Hammock picks up the heat race win in that 1970s Gambler chassis. 3-year veteran with the series picks up the heat race win. Mike Foote comes home in the number 2 spot, the 40 machine of Seth Hammond, and the 41 of Adolph Gayhart, rounding out your 4-car field. And just like that, Brian, we are ready for the big boys. We are ready for the Narc 410 Sprint Car Series. Brian Kennedy, the mic's all yours.
Thank you very much. Racing Club presented by King Performance. With over 40 years of race car experience, King Performance has led the industry by supplying and supporting sprint car teams at every level. Working with all top manufacturers in the business, King Performance offers every team access to the latest technology, keeping teams on the cutting edge of performance. Go to www.catings.com.
All it takes is just your name and a phone number, and you have your chance to win a bicycle here at the Santa Maria Speedway. It's going to be a tough one here tonight with all the fans that are here. Great to see a packed set of stands and a bunch of people out here supporting dirt oval racing at Santa Maria Speedway as we get ready to go here for our 305 heat race number 1. Cars start to take formation. Santa Maria Speedway would like to thank Aero Plumbing, King Concrete Construction, Twin Landscaping Incorporated, Toyota of Santa Maria, Splash and Dash Car Wash, Brand Creative West, Spencer's Fresh Markets in Orchid and Morro Bay, and Toast Grading and Paving. Also, Steve's ATV for jumping on board for the 2026 season here at the Santa Maria Speedway. After our heat races, we will do our Santa Maria Fan Experience. That's right. That's where you get a chance for some swag, courtesy of Chad Weber and the team here at Santa Maria Speedway, always putting the fans first. Starting on the point here in heat race number 1, driver number 36 machine out of Fresno, California. That is Kevin Barnes Sr. And to his outside from Kingsburg, California, the 18 of Lance Jackson. Inside of row number 2 from Visalia, California, driver number 87 machine. That is Evan Dixon. To his outside, number 15 of Reno Felicione. Reno Felicione, your 2025 Rookie of the Year with California 305 Sprint Car Series. Third row on the inside is the number 30 machine of John Williams from Fresno, California. And his son in the 2W machine, we'll see him in heat number 2, just to his outside, driving the 71 out of Nuevo, California, 14 years young, the number 71 of Andrew Martin. So Andrew Martin, the 14-year-old young gun, starting scratch on the field. 6 cars, 8 laps of distance for your 305 Sprint Cars here tonight. Nice tight formation as they work off of turn number 4. Green flags in the air. A little bit of a different sound out of your 305 Sprint Cars, just coming off of the 410s. This is where you cut your teeth in full-size Sprint Car racing action. And right here at Santa Maria Speedway, lap number 1, Lance Jackson. For the number 1 spot, Kevin Barnes Sr. sitting P2. Reno Felicione in the number 3 spot, Evan Dixon and Andrew Martin rounding out your top 5. Right now, Lance Jackson has about a 5-car advantage over that 36B machine of Kevin Barnes. Right now, it looks a little bit slick, but going down to that bottom side is Evan Dixon in the 87 machine. Trying to find a way to run down Reno Felicione. Now, Evan Dixon puts that left front tire right up on the berm coming off of turn number 4. Now you can see that 2-car battle on your screen here on John Candy Live and Santa Maria Speedway YouTube pages. Good battle going into turn at number 3, just past the halfway point. Now we're 4 laps down, 4 laps remaining. Still out front, Lance Jackson, the 18 machine. No change in your top 2. Still Lance and a 36 machine of Barnes. Reno Felicione still the number 3 spot. Here comes that battle coming down the back straight into turns 3 and 4. Evan Dixon taking a peek to the inside. Gets a little bit crossed up, a little bit too free for the 87 machine. And now we got a battle for the top spot down the back straightaway. Coming to the white flag this time by, and here comes Kevin Barnes, Sr., the 36B machine, trying to mount a move to the 18 machine of Lance Jackson. Into turns 1 and 2 for the final time here in heat race number 1. Working off of turn number 2, Lance Jackson trying to creep away from the 36B of Kevin Barnes Sr. Can he do so here into turns 3 and 4? Off of turn number 4, Lance Jackson picks up the heat race win. Kevin Barnes Sr. comes home in the number 2 spot. Third is going to go to Reno Felicione. Fourth goes to Evan Dixon, and rounding out the top 5, Andrew Martin in the 71. Lance Jackson picking up the heat race win in the 18 machine. Lance Jackson in that Texted Construction Jason Engine Development BR Motorsports Maxim chassis number 18 machine out of Kingsburg, California, picking up the heat race win here in heat race number 1. And that'll take us to our second and final heat race. The California 305 Sprint Car Series brought to you by Quick Change Energy Drink. So also some great sports sponsors for the 2026 season. Rugged Radio, CJ Cafe of Arroyo Grande, All-American Drilling and Pump Service, Red Chair Barbershop in Grover Beach, API Waste Services, and Steve's ATV once again. Big time shout out to Steve's ATV. You can check them out there in Pismo, California. Get your quad rentals. Go play in the dunes. Tomorrow, after you had the adrenaline pumping through your veins here at the Santa Maria Speedway, go check out Steve's ATV, get yourself a quad, and go hit the dunes and play on Sunday. Heat race number 2, start to take formation. They're the number 3 machine from Kerman, California. The Safety Networks Traffic Control Services Sergeant Midwest Rail Chassis, number 3 of Anthony Pombo. Anthony Pombo in the 3. To his outside from Hanford, California, the Hanford Auto Sales Alves & Son Diesel Repair, number 81, that's Jeremy Alves. Inside of row number 2, driving the 31H machine out of Visalia, California, the Streamline Irrigation Safety World McDaniel Construction, number 31H, it's Phil Heinen. To his outside in the number 2 machine out of Fresno, California, the Royal Madera Vineyards Niable, number 2, it is Andrew Williams. And the 2W machine, oh, that is the 2W machine, my bad. Andrew Williams is starting scratch in the field in the 5th position, starting in the number 4 spot outside of the front row. That is Davey Pombo in the M&L Plumbing, Brad Downing Performance, DA Farms CS9 chassis, number 2 of Davey Pombo. So the brothers, Davey and Anthony Pombo, are running in this one. The number 3 machine, that is Anthony Pombo. The 2, that is Davey Pombo, your most recent winner in the 305 Sprint Car Series here at the Santa Maria Speedway. So nudge your neighbor, make that friendly wager. Who's going to pick up the heat race win here for heat race number 2 for the California 305 Sprint Car Series? Brought to you by BR Motorsports, Sideways Designs, Vandepol Petroleum, and Quick Change Liquid Energy. HD Titanium's associate sponsor for the California 305 Sprint Series. Motor City GMC, American Racer Tire. Also support for the series in 2026, side-by-side, nice tight formation as we come to the green flag right here off of turn number 4. Heat race number 2 is underway. Great start for the 81 machine of Jeremy Alves right around the outside. Problems for the 3 machine of Pombo, a little bit off the pace, working the bottom side of turns 1 and 2, but out front, Jeremy Alves hooked up with the 81 machine. Alves & Sons entry out front here in heat race number 2. Davey Pombo, the number 2 spot, Phil Heinen, Anthony Pombo, and Andrew Williams rounding out your top 5 field. Once again, Andrew Williams, that 2W machine, 14 years of age, working the backside of the 3 machine of Anthony Pombo. But out front, it is all Jeremy Alves. Getting tight. Davey Pombo, the number 2 machine, trying to find a way to pick up some speed and get to the back bumper of the 81 of Jeremy Alves right now. Alves is a little too strong on that 81 machine. And we're crossing the line. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. We're halfway there. Heat race number 2. Just past the halfway point from the California 305 Sprint Car Series. Jeremy Alves out front trying to run away from Davey Pombo. Sitting third, Anthony Pombo, Andrew Williams, and Davey rounding out the field. Looks like we got a transponder issue for the 2 machine of Davey Pombo. So transponder's not working right now for the 2 machine of Pombo's. Scored as 5th on your screen, but he has secured the number 2 position as we got 2 to go. White flag off turn number 4 next time high. Jeremy Alves in the 81 machine trying to hold off Davey Pombo. He's going to have to do it for 1 more lap. And he do so. Going high goes Alves. Oh, we've got 1 round in turn number 2. Caution is out for the 2W machine. Andrew Williams out of Fresno, California, getting it wrong. Right underneath the Twins landscaping sign. King's Concrete and Construction, the 101.3, the grade. Right on the back straightaway here at the beautiful Santa Maria Speedway. So it'll be a one-lap shootout here in the second and final heat race for the California 305 Sprint Car Series. So it looks like the checkered flag has been flown and the back gate is open. So that is how they will finish. Jeremy Alves in the number 1 spot. Davey Pombo sitting P2. Phil Heinen, Anthony Pombo, and Andrew Williams will round out the field there in heat race number 2 for the 305 Sprint Car Series. Looks like we got the WRA in staging once again. So getting a word from race control. We'll see where we're at with the program. But right now, it looks like in staging, we have the WRA. But you can see we've got some of the sprint car drivers bringing their haulers back off of the racing surface there in turn number 3. So it looks like we have a little more action. The Narc 410 guys as they're making their way down to the front straightaway. Brian Kennedy, back to you.
Thank you, John. HD Titanium Dash Draw with the Narc 410 Sprint Cars will be held on the front straightaway. All 6 drivers in tonight's dash are in the infield as we get set. We'll send it downstairs to Miss Ava Payton.
All right, race fans, we're going to start the HD Titanium Dash Draw, starting with your first heat race winner, the 21 of Carson Macedo. Carson, when coming to a track like this, so close to the ocean, the marine laner also plays like a part in it. What does that do for you guys with your setup?
Well, it's been so long since I've been here, but I know like the old days, the characteristics where it would start out a little bit slicker and then continuously get heavier as the water table, the dew kind of laid down, and the water table just seems like it must be so high being out here by the ocean. So just happy to be back at Santa Maria. It seems like this place has got a lot of new life in it. It's really good to see. It's a beautiful facility. You can see that they put a lot of time, effort, and money into it, and quite a bit of fans showed up in support of this Narc event. So happy to see it. Happy to be home racing the Tarleton & Son 21 car, and hopefully we can put on a show and maybe even put it in victory lane.
All right, let's see what number he pulls. And he pulls the 3. Next up will be the winner of heat race number 2, the 41 birthday boy of Dominic Scelzi. Dominic, coming to a racetrack like this, so close to the ocean, how does the marine layer affect your guys' setup?
Scuba Steve always says swim with a buddy, so just going to do whatever that is.
All right, let's see what number he draws. And he pulls the 4. Next up, we have the winner of heat race number 3, the 21L of Landon Brooks. Landon, being so close to the ocean, the marine layer plays a part in the setup of the race car and the moisture in the racing surface. What do you feel like your crew has to do to get you prepared for that?
Yeah, I feel like just when you would normally tighten up, you might just have them to free up. So I feel like that's the biggest thing we kind of focus on.
All right, let's see what number he pulls. And Landon Brooks pulls the 5. Next up is the X1 of Chance Grasty, also tonight's ARP quick qualifier of the night. Chance coming to a racetrack so close to the ocean, the marine layer plays a factor in it. What do you feel like your crew has to do to get you prepared to run a surface that holds more moisture in it?
It's definitely different. Being close to the ocean, it can come back, midway through the feature.
Montgomery.
This Saturday night, it all comes alive.
You don't just watch it.
You feel it.
This is short track racing at its best.
Santa Maria Speedway.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
The WRA back in attendance once again. Side by side, we got a little side by side racing action here coming off a turn at number 2. The 41 machine of Adel Gayhart taking a peek to the inside of the 40 of Seth Hammond. But checked out from the field, Tobin Hammock. But here comes Gayhart to the inside once again at 1 and 2. Gayhart taking a peek. Can he get by the 79 years young driver off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway? Blast from the past here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Working off of turn number 4. Looks like we're going to get the white flag next time by. Tobin Hammock. Working off of turn number 4. White flags in the air. One more time around. Into 3 off of turn number 4 for the final time. He'll cross the line. He'll officially pick up the win for the WRA. Tobin Hammock gets it done. Off of turn number 4, side by side. Drag race at the line. Who's it going to be? Give it to the 41 machine. Adol Gayhart picks up the win. The last lap, last corner, the last 5 feet. Goes home in the number 2 spot, putting Seth Hammond in P3. And that will do it, race fans, for the WRA. So just like that, Brian Kennedy, we were set up for another part of the program with the Narc 410 Sprint Car Series. It's great to see. We've been saying it all night. It's pretty cool to see these old cars blast from the past here at Santa Maria Speedway.
Yeah, they've been putting a hammer to the vintage cars in this deal. They bounced off the concrete and making things a little exciting. I don't think they were expecting to have so much carnage right there.
Especially for the two Foot brothers, Bob Foot and Mike Foot. Bob puts it in the fence in hot laps, and Mike Foot loses the left rear tire there. Unfortunate for them. But those guys, they live and breathe this stuff. They're going to get those cars back together, and they'll be back out. I believe they come back a couple more times through the season. But right now we got on track. We've got Dash for Cash right there on the front straightaway.
Next up is tonight.
Or will we have a new winner on the 2026 season here for the California 305 Sprint Cars, brought to you by Quick Change Energy? The 2026 Santa Maria season is brought to you by Rugged Radio, CJ's Cafe, Arroyo Grande, All-American Drilling and Pump Service, Red Chair Barbershop in Grover Beach, the API Waste Services, Aero Plumbing, King Concrete and Construction, Twins Landscape, Toyota Santa Maria, Splash and Dash Car Wash, Brand Creative West, Spencer's Fresh Market in Orchid and in Morro Bay, Toast Grading and Paving, Midstate Container, J.R. Bardo Heating and Air Conditioning, Molahay Ford in Arroyo Grande, Subaru of San Luis Obispo, Santa Maria Regional Transit, Cullen Landscape, Los Padres Fire Protection, and Steve's ATV. All fantastic partners here at the Santa Maria Speedway as we are getting closer to our first A feature of the night. So with a break in the racing action, this is that perfect time, ladies and gentlemen, to get on your phone to like, comment, and subscribe to all things Santa Maria Speedway on their Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages. Follow along for all the racing action here in 2026. And if you want to follow me, your boy John Candy up here, I do a podcast with a lot of the racers and a lot of the drivers, and we stream on my platform as well. So all the racing action is posted in multiple spots in multiple areas. So we try to get it to as many people as we possibly can.
This Saturday night, it all comes alive.
You don't just watch it.
You feel it.
This is short track racing at its best.
Santa Maria Speedway.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no breaks, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live. Yeah.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Yo, yo, yo. Lights on, cameras locked, let's roll. Whoa, whoa. Racetrack kings out of control. Whoa, whoa. Speed so clean and the crowd go wild. John Candy Live, we bring that style. We race, no breaks, that's right. Yeah. John Candy Live, keep the finish line bright. Yeah. Fast lane dreams, we rise, we thrive. Woo. Racing on screens. Yeah. John Candy Live, yeah.
That will be your lineup here for the California 305 Sprint Cars. Phil Hine, the 31H machine, will be on point. Evan Dixon, Davey Pombo, Reno Felicioni in row number 2, Jeremy Alves and Lance Jackson in row number 3, row number 4, Anthony Pombo, Kevin Barnes Sr., row number 5, Andrew Martin, John Williams, and Andrew Williams rounding out the field in the 6th, the 2W machine, row number 6. That's right, 11 cars, 25 laps of distance for our first 8 feature of the night. And right after this one, we'll kick off the 30-lapper for the Narc 410 Sprint Cars, the King of the West Series here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Once again, thank you to each and every one of you race fans packing the stands here on a great evening of dirt track racing here at the Central Coast. Beautiful night here in Santa Maria, California. Temperatures are cooling down. The traction at a premium. Perfect racing surface once again from Robbie Claiborne. Really getting the track surface figured out. 2 groove of racing. Nice and smooth around the bottom side. Has some character and moisture. If you want to get up there and rip the lip, at least 2 grooves of racing here at the Santa Maria Speedway. 2, if not 3, maybe 4 grooves of racing. Let's see if we can get them 3 wide for you race fans here with the 305 Sprint Car Series. Once again, Phil Hine and Evan Dixon at your front row. As we get the cars behind the Toyota of Santa Maria pace truck flagging down that back straightaway, the red, white, and blue, and the Toyota banner. Beautiful looking piece. You can go right down the road to Toyota of Santa Maria and pick up a truck just like that beautiful Toyota Tundra down that front straightaway. So starting to take formation here. Got to get the 36B of Barnes to the outside of row number 4. Looks like he might be trying to stay down there on the bottom side. Nope. 36 of Barnes to the outside of row number 4. So Kevin Barnes, now he's got it. Now he's in the right starting position. Lineup is good. Looks like we are ready to go with the first A feature of the night. The first A feature that is not exhibition about to go underway here at the Santa Maria Speedway, the California 305 Sprint Car Series, brought to you by Quick Change Energy. HD Titanium, also the sponsor with BR Motorsports, Sideways Designs, and Vanderpool Petroleum. American Tire Racing, $1,000 cash to the driver who earns the most points in the month of May, running 3 corners of American Racer tires. Santa Maria Speedway, Bakersfield Speedway, Tulare, back to Bakersfield as we go to the green right here, Santa Maria Speedway. 25 laps to go. 25 laps feature for your 305 sprint cars. They get a little bit crossed up there in turns 1 and 2, but checking out from the field is Evan Dixon early. Evan Dixon working off a turn number 4. He'll come around and lead a lap number 1 in the number 2 spot. That is Phil Heinen sitting P3. That is Davey Pombo, but out front, it is all the 87 of Evan Williams. Phil Heinen in the number 2 spot. Oh, getting a little bit on the bike right there was Alves in the 81 machine, able to hold on to it, no harm, no foul. Straightaway lead all ready for Evan Dixon in the 87 machine. Phil Heinen all the way up to the fence, coming off a turn number 4. Searching for speed, but now here comes Davey Pombo to the inside. Side by side, slider cannot clear the 11 of Heinen. Evans already looking into lap traffic as he works off a turn number 2. Really see that car working well. Right there in the number 2 spot, Phil Heinen, the 31 machine. Trying to find a way to get back by your leader, but your leader is already through traffic. The 87 getting by the Williams brothers into turns 1 and 2. Now all over the backside of the 71 machine. Caution in 3 and 4. We got Phil Heinen on its side and upside down in turn number 4. So just a quick little oil flash fire underneath the belly of the 31 machine of Heinen. Fire and safety quickly on the scene as they try to get it put back on the right side. You can see it's just a small oil fire underneath the 31 of Phil Heinen, moving around in the cockpit of that machine. He's getting up and out, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Phil Heinen. Going for a wild ride over there in turns 3 and 4. So Phil A-OK. EMT's going to check him out, get him to the Kubota. Make sure he's definitely A-OK after that wild ride. And big time shout out to Santa Maria Speedway Fire and Safety first on the scene. Making sure, checking our drivers, make sure they are in safe hands. Great to see Phil get out of that race car. As you can see the heavy contact right there underneath the Santa Maria Speedway. Timing and scoring. So 18 laps remaining in this main event. You can see right there if you're watching live on Santa Maria Speedway YouTube page. And John Candy Live, right where that right rear hit right in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And just spun around like a top. And ultimately landing on its side over there in turn number 4. So at the time of the caution, Evan Dixon in the number 1 spot. Davey Pombo sitting P2. The 31 H of Phil Heinen. Reno Felicioni in the number 4 position. That's going to move Felicioni up to P3. Jeremy Alves to the number 4 spot. Kevin Barnes Sr. up to P5. Anthony Pombo, Lance Jackson, Andrew Martin, John Williams, and Andrew Williams. So getting him up on the hook and off the racing surface as quickly and safely as possible for the 31H of Phil Heinen. Once again, great to see him get out of that race car. A-OK. We are getting the sign to push him off on the front straightaway. 7 laps down, 25 laps to distance. That's 18 remaining here for the 305 sprint car feature. Evan Dixon, the man up front. See if he can hold on for the victory here tonight. He's had a 3.3 second advantage over the number 2 spot of Davey Pombo. Well, Phil Heinen was running in that number 3 position, taking that spill over there in turn number 4. Cars are lining back up in the correct starting positions. Out front will be the 87 machine of Evan Dixon. Evan Dixon, brand new to the 305 Sprint Car Series here in 2026. First time he got behind the wheel of a full-size sprint car was just a few weeks ago here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Showed a lot of speed, just as he is tonight. But right now, he's got the fortune of being out front in that number 2 position. Will be that number 2 of Davey Pombo. Anthony Pombo right there you see on your screen. Start further back in the field. So we've got to get the cars gathered back up as they start on that back straightaway to collect. That's your leader, Evan Dixon. Lance Jackson drive that number 18 machine, always supporting the 305 Sprint Cars Series. Currently scored in the number 7 position, as it looks like our lineup is just about good. See if we get the call. Not quite yet. So Jason throwing the flags for us here at Santa Maria Speedway. There's one dedicated young man coming from all the way to Bakersfield, California, all the way here to Santa Maria Speedway each and every week. As it looks like he's got the green flag in hand, getting ready to signal we are going green flag racing here shortly. So Davey Pombo looking for his second win of the season. See if we can go back to back as the lights are going out. We're going green flag racing next time off of turn number 4. Nice grid of 305 sprint cars here, accompanying the Narc 410 series. Dixon coming back to the green right here off of turn number 4. Right now, Pombo's all over the tail tank as we come to the green. 18 laps remain. Here comes a slider serving to 1 and 2. Pombo goes upside down. Up into the fence off of turn number 2. Caution flag will fly once again. Red flag conditions. Red flag conditions. Pombo upside down at turn number 2. Fire and safety on their way over to go check on the driver of the number 2 entry. Davey hitting the fence almost exactly where his brother hit the fence just 3 weeks ago. Right there in turn number 2. Track officials there. He's up and out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up one more time. Davey Pombo. Driver is okay. Going for a big ride over there in turn number 2. Laying it all on the line. The 2 machine gets put back on all 4 tires. And Davey Pombo is just trying to find a way around Evan Williams quickly over there into turns 1 and 2. So down 2 cars in officially just 1 lap. 2 heavy hitters, Phil Heinen and now Davey Pombo. So the Santa Maria Speedway track crew putting in overtime here for the 305 Sprint Car A feature. I think Davey Pombo just had it in his mind that he had to get around that 87 machine of Evan Williams as quickly as he possibly could, because Evan Williams was so strong in pulling away from the field. He had that 3.5 second lead when Phil Heinen goes upside down over here in turns 3 and 4. So Pombo, knowing that, just tried to put the pressure on slide. Dixon in 1 and 2. They make contact, and upside down goes Pombo. Just got word from race control. This is going to be cut down, shortened to 20 laps in duration. So 20 laps will be the distance for this A feature. So due to time restraints here, it's typically 1 minute per lap in the feature. So already being cut short down to 20 laps for the distance for this 305 sprint feature. As we'll pull Pombo's number 2 machine, you'll see the carnage coming down this front straightaway. That top wing really does absorb a lot of energy. It looks like he's going to be pulled down to the infield. They do not have the back gate open quite yet, so it may just come down to the infield so we can get this program in a little bit quicker. They will do so. Pombo's hot rod down to the infield. So just got to get our push vehicles pointed back in the right direction, and there we go. Looks like the track is just about clear. We got one more car over here in turn number 1. We got to let loose and turn them back down into that front straightaway area to the infield, where we have our brand new scale set up here at Santa Maria Speedway and Tech Pad. That's right, that red scale, brand new edition here for 2026. And you see the 4 cones. That's where your top 4 will go after the feature. So just waiting for the call. Should be here shortly. So we will have a brand new winner for the 305 sprint cars here in 2026. Davey Pombo was our most recent winner. Going upside down in turn number 2. That is going to severely hinder his chances of picking up a victory, as he's on the hook down on the infield. So, right after this feature, ladies and gentlemen, get out those 50-50 tickets. We'll be pulling the winner of the 50-50 after the 305 sprint feature. So, thank you guys so much. I believe it's 400 and a little more, 440, something like that, goes to the winner for your 50-50 here tonight. 50-50 for the Elks Rodeo in St. John's. So Evan Williams on that back straightaway once again. We'll have to try to fight off now Reno Felicioni, who was in the number 2 spot. Felicioni, the young gun. Jeremy Alves in the number 3 spot. Kevin Barnes Sr. sitting P4. 5th is Anthony Pombo driving the 3. Lance Jackson in the 18. The 71 machine of Williams. Andrew Martin. The 30 of John Williams and Andrew Williams in the 2W. So now you can see up on the Santa Maria Speedway scoreboard, brought to you by Toyota of Santa Maria. 13 laps remaining here for the 305 sprint feature. Two to go. So 2 to go, and then we'll give them the 1 to go. Lights will go out, then we'll go green flag racing off at turn at number 4. Showing them 1 at the line. Evan Williams, Reno Felicioni, Jeremy Alves, your top 3. Let's see if we can link together 13 clean and green laps for this first A feature of the night. Can Evan Williams maintain that pace in the 87? Reno Felicioni all over the push bumper of the 87 machine. Locking horns as they come into turn number 4. Green flags back in the air. 305 feature back underway. Williams, slider line, slides himself into turns 1 and 2, bounces off the cushion and rockets down the back straightaway. Sitting P2. Reno Felicione, Jeremy Alves rounding out that top 3. Kevin Barnes Sr. still in the number 4 position. Then you pick up Anthony Pombo rounding out that top 5. Right now, the place to be looks like the 87 machine is still ripping the lip as he goes right around turns 1 and 2. The car's very stable as he works off a 2 down that back straightaway to turns 3 and 4. Watch him. He's coming down the speed shot down that front straightaway. Williams. Here comes the battle for the number 2 spot. Jeremy Alves taking a peek to the inside of the 15 of Reno Felicione. Felicione trying to hold off the charge from Jeremy Alves. Jeremy Alves now hooks that right rear just a little bit in that cushion. Cars gets a little bit tight. He loses his momentum as now your leader working into lap traffic. Dixon now slides the 30 machine, trying to get by for that number 1 position to put a lap on the 30 of John Williams. He will do so. Now Williams stretching his legs. He's got a 2.7 second advantage on Reno Felicione. Felicione and Alves now to deal with John Williams in the 30 machine. Reno Felicione down to the bottom side. Now he's going to slide up, and Williams has to get on the binders. Contact almost made. Now here comes Jeremy Alves. Jeremy Alves will make the move and get by cleanly from the 30 of John Williams, trying to run down Reno Felicione. 5 to go this time by for your leader. Your leader in the 3 off a turn at number 4, now getting by the 2 machine. Andrew Williams. Evan Dixon works around the outside of Andrew Williams down that back straightaway. 1 car sounds a little unhealthy out there down that front straightaway. But all kinds of healthy is your leader as he works off a turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. Evan Dixon around the outside, trying to get by Lance Jackson in the 18 machine as we come to 2 to go this time by. All over the tail tank of Lance Jackson. Will he just hold right tight right there? 2 to go. White flag in the air this time by for your leader. Evan Dixon ripping around in turns 3 and 4 all over the back bumper of Jackson, but he'll probably just sit right there. He's 4 corners away from coming home victorious. And a 305 sprint feature off at turn number 2. Gets real close to the fence down that back straightaway. Pulls the move into 3 and 4. Slider serve. He's going to pick up the checkered flag and the win here tonight in the California 305 Sprint Series. Second place is going to go to Reno Felicione in the number 3 spot. That is going to be Jeremy Alves, Kevin Barnes Sr. And rounding out the top 5, Anthony Pombo. Evan Dixon picking up the victory. Got across the scales. Make it official. Will it get the green lights as he comes to the scales? Fended off. First series race win at Santa Maria Speedway, Davey Pombo. Fended off the young gun, Reno Felicione. Now he's making his way up to the scales. Will the light go green? It's green. It's official. Evan Dixon will make his way down to victory lane here at the Santa Maria Speedway. Coming down and making his way. This kid's been bad fast, just picked up the full sprint car ride here at Santa Maria Speedway. He is pumped up and he is getting up and out. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Now we can hear. Give it up for Evan Dixon. There he is. He's up top, ladies and gentlemen. Happy young man indeed. Evan, let's get up here and have a word with this young man. Very happy indeed. Once again, just picked up sprint car driving this year. Only been behind the wheel of this thing just a couple of times, a handful of times in the 2026 season. And now gets it done here tonight at the Santa Maria Speedway. All the equipment is coming off. Evan, man, congratulations. That was one heck of a win right there. You know, you had a lot of pressure right there from Davey on that restart. Did you think he was going to be able to hold him off, or do you think that slider was going to be detrimental there?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I mean, last race here, I dirtied up his brother. I don't know how he is related to him, so I knew it was coming. I just had to make sure I got a good restart and make sure he wasn't going to clear me, and I had to get on my brakes. But no, I'm glad that worked out the way it did. Man, I'm not trying to make enemies out here with anybody, but I guess they don't like me. I don't know. But no, I drove a smart race. A lot to learn in these things, man. They're so much different, so I'm learning race by race. I can't thank Jake enough for the opportunity, man. Like his dad, everyone out here, my sister, my mom, my dad, Garrett, just everyone out here that's helped work on this thing, man. We kind of rolled out here with, we didn't know how we were going to be, and we freaking won. So I can't thank all my sponsors. Man, there's so many, like Maxco, ARS, LR Toolworks, Raisin Hall, Westlake Farms, G Baby, the lineman, SBS back on the micro. Just everyone that stuck with me, I appreciate it.
Man, what do you got to say right here, too, in front of this packed house in Santa Maria Speedway? It's got to feel good to win in front of all these eyes and all these race fans.
Yeah, super cool track. This is only my third sprint car race, so haven't really been out here a whole lot, but thank you guys for coming out. You guys are the real people we like to race in front of, so I thank you for coming out and spending your hard-earned money.
There it is right there. Evan Dixon coming home in the number one spot. Reno, man, coming home. Pete Sube. How was that ride right there? Did you see that slide job in the turns 1 and 2 and say, oh, my goodness, I hope I don't get collected in this too?
Yeah, I was a little concerned there. Luckily, I had enough space and made a move, and I was fine.
Yeah, this 87 thing was on kill tonight. You know, did you think you had anything for him? Do you have any changes you might be able to make to the car to run down this 87?
I'm an amateur. This is all new for me. I only have 20 races in this thing, so it's really new, and I'm just excited to be here.
And real quick, who do you got to thank on this 50? It's a great-looking hot rod.
Thank you very much. First of all, we got to thank Quick Change. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Thanks to Eddie Alberti, who's helping out tonight. Steve Asibi, who's not here, who normally is. Sungrape, Maxco, Murguia Fruit, ZX Ag. Yeah, thanks to everyone.
There it is right there. That is Reno Felicioni. Jeremy Owls coming home in the number 3 spot, man. This thing right here is a tough battle. The track looked great, though. You can run low, you can run high, where you kind of want.